Hey, it's Max with Roof Engine, and today I just wanted to make this video to talk to you guys about something I call the Google Trifecta. So before we begin, I just want to kind of give my promise to you for this video. So by the end of this video, you will walk away with a very powerful high-level strategy that you can use to grow your roofing company for the long term. I have nothing to sell you, so relax, there's no pitch, this isn't leading into anything, it's just content, so relax and enjoy. So the Google Trifecta produces some of the highest quality inbound leads that you can ask for. These are leads who go to Google, they're looking for a roofing contractor, they're actively searching, they're at the tip of the spear, and you really couldn't get a higher intent out of these homeowners or business owners. So these are the creme de la creme of the leads. Now, why is it that these leads are so powerful and they come just ready to go and they have so much intent? So it's this concept called pre-framing. So with pre-framing, basically before the lead ever gets to you, before they call you, before they send you an email, they've been actively on the search and they found you in their searching and they kind of vetted you against the other roofing contractors that they encountered. And if you execute the Google Trifecta properly, you'll have these people coming to you wanting to work with you because they saw your reviews, they saw your reputation, they saw you on Google multiple times. It kind of creates this mini celebrity effect. So instead of the traditional, buying a lead and then having to reach out to them, explain who you are, and do a hard sell on the phone, they come to you wanting to work with you, wanting to get an estimate. So it's a lot easier because of the pre-frame. So we just covered that point. But basically, when you do it right, the leads will be excited to speak with you and get an estimate from you because they know you're a top-rated roofing contractor who is in high demand. And the Google Trifecta can be an absolute game changer, and you'll see why. So a great roofing business must have a few critical things for long-term success. One, you need the ability to get attention. If you want to fail, in any business, a great way to start is to make sure that you can't get attention and that nobody knows who you are. So trust and credibility in your market. You gotta have a certain level of rapport in the market. People need to know that you are a reputable contractor, that you've been trusted before by other homeowners, by other building owners, that you're not just showing up to the game a week ago, right? So trust and credibility in your market is incredibly important. Google Trifecta helps you with this. And the last thing is stability. So if you want anything to endure the test of time, you want it to be multifaceted. You need to have more than one way of generating traffic. You need to have more than one product that you sell. The more variables you have, to an extent it gets more complicated, but it also adds stability and strength to what you're doing. So basically, Google Trifecta will help you get more attention, it'll help increase your trust and credibility, and it'll make your roofing company more stable. And that's because the Google Trifecta allows your roofing business to appear on the first page of Google in 3 different places. So let's dive into the first one. So the first piece of the Google Trifecta is Google Guaranteed. Now, Google Guaranteed is a newer service offering from Google, and this is kind of their jab at HomeAdvisor, and I'll show you how in a little bit. But basically, here's what it looks like. So here's a search for Denver roofing, and you can see right at the top it says 50 plus roofers nearby. And then it gives you 3 listings, and these are Google Guaranteed listings. Each of these businesses, these roofing companies, has contacted Google and set up a Google Guaranteed, or a local home services by Google, whatever you want to call it, listing, and they're actively paying Google for leads. And it's showing up at the top, and there's 3 of them, and there's a nice Google Guaranteed badge. And the reason for the name Google Guaranteed is because Google will actually insure the job for up to $2,000. So a homeowner can go to HomeAdvisor, they can hire a contractor and kind of risk it. They can call you, they can risk it, or they can go through Google Guaranteed, and it's insured for up to $2,000. So this is going to become pretty big as time goes on, but right now there's just not too many people clicking on it. In some markets they get about like 7% to 10% of the clicks, in other markets more, but it'll probably increase, or it'll definitely increase as time goes on. So this is Google's plan to knock out HomeAdvisor and Angie's List. Essentially, Google is moving from being a search engine to becoming a commerce engine. They want to go from being somewhere you go to search for things to somewhere you go to buy for things, kind of like what Amazon has done. So they're trying to get more of the market share and make more money, naturally. So instead of having HomeAdvisor and Angie's List being featured at the top of Google and them making all the billions of dollars from the home services niche, Google is now becoming a player here. So it's really important to have Google Guaranteed in your arsenal, and that's why it's at the top of the pyramid. So another piece to the Google Trifecta would be Google My Business. So Google My Business is the directory of your Google My Business listings. It's called the map pack, the 3-pack. It goes by different names, but there used to be 7 of these. Now there's just 3. So essentially, this is what appears right under the map listing whenever you're searching, or I guess to the left of the map listing if you're in desktop. Now, what's really cool about this is you can actually optimize your Google My Business listing and get results by ranking it higher faster than you could a website. So this is kind of like the new search engine optimization. We do a lot of SEO on our Google My Business listings because they react faster and they're kind of easier to work with. If you want to rank a website, it could take you 6 to 12 months. If you want to rank a Google My Business listing, doing it properly, it can take you half that time. So Google My Business is really cool because you can also add a lot of reviews. So if you see here, Denver Roofers LLC, they have 64, A Denver Roofing Company has 9, Interstate Roofing has 240. Even though they're the third, right, Interstate Roofing has 240 reviews. So if you want to play the long game, collecting as many Google reviews as you can is a great way to future-proof your roofing business against what's coming next that we don't even know about in technology. But Google reviews are a really surefire way to build up your online assets. They're really not going away. From what we can tell, they're sticking around. So make sure you're getting Google reviews. And you need a Google My Business optimization strategy to rank at the top. So really basically, you want to fill in your GMB listing. GMB is just short for Google My Business. You want to publish posts regularly, right? Just how you can post on Facebook, how you can write a blog post on your website. You can also post on your GMB listing. And this helps keep it active. It helps show people that you're actively marketing and putting out content. So really, really valuable to keep publishing posts. And again, get more Google My Business reviews. They're incredibly valuable and they help you get a lot of attention if you're up there. All right, so if you have 10 reviews, next guy has 1, you're probably going to get the lead. So the amount of optimization required is determined by the competition in your market. Essentially, we've seen some markets where just going from having 2 reviews to 10 reviews and just like a month of optimization is enough to push you into the top of Google My Business, into the 3-pack. And that's where a lot of the money is. That's where a lot of the phone calls go. But in other markets, if you're talking DFW, that's going to take a while. It's a pretty competitive market. And the goal is to get your GMB, your Google My Business listing, to rank in the top 3 in the map pack. So we talked about Google Guaranteed. We've talked about Google My Business. There's a third component to this. And if you're going to be dominating Google, you have your Google My Business listing set up and optimized. You're included in Google Guaranteed. You're getting leads from Google. The next piece, Google Ads, pretty much ensures that you have supremacy at the top. So you may be familiar with this, but Google Ads, these are just the 3 ads that have been at the top of Google since Google was around, right? Sometimes you'll see 4, sometimes you'll see 3, but they're right below the Google Guaranteed. And you can kind of see the picture that we're painting here, right? These are the main areas that are, in the top half of any Google search result. You have the Google Guaranteed, you have the Google Ads, and you have the Google My Business. And here's how they work. So essentially somebody clicks on a Google ad, they go to a landing page, and this landing page, you can send to your website, but we usually recommend sending to a landing page because that'll convert a lot better. You get a lot more leads doing that. And hopefully from there, they call your office, they call your receptionist, whoever answers the phones, and from there, hopefully that turns into a job. So they click on the ad, they go to wherever you point them to. If they like what they see, they call you, and boom, you have the lead. Now, the reason why this is so powerful and why it'll continue to be powerful is you can control the narrative. You can decide what you want to write in the ads. You can decide what you want to show on your landing page. You can load it up with proof. You can load it up with unique content that maybe your competition isn't teaching some things to the market. So you can fully control the experience from the time that somebody goes on Google to search for a roofing contractor to the time they call you. And this is why this is really impactful, just because you have full control over this. So we're taking somebody on a journey from the time they look at the ad to the time they go on the landing page to the time that they call you. And from there, you can really orchestrate it so that it's a bit of an easier sale when the time does come, to give an estimate. I just want to give you guys 3 Google Ads secrets. Secret number 1, you need negative keywords. Negative keywords are basically keywords that you do not want to show up for and spend money on. These are keywords like hiring, free, supplies, color photos. So you don't want to spend any money on anybody searching for roofing companies that are hiring, contractors hiring near me. Free, this is something you want to be careful with. Free estimate could be something you want to leave in, but for the most part, anything in free with Google, let's actually take that out. Free estimate, that may be a dangerous one to leave out, so we'll keep that in. But supplies, unless you're ABC roofing or unless you actually sell shingles or roofing supplies, you want to leave this out just because people will be searching for different products, not so much hiring a roofing contractor, and that can eat up your budget. Then there's also research terms like color. All right, so a common one here that we see is shingle colors or tile roofing colors. If they're searching for that, you could bid on it, but you're gonna have to use some content that'll kind of warm them up. It's a bit more difficult to do. They're not really at the buying stage; they're at the research stage. So I'd recommend holding back on keywords like that indicate that somebody's still just kind of thinking about it, browsing around, shopping, not really ready to hire somebody. Same with photos. If they're looking for shingle roof photos, roofing examples, things like that, they're trying to get ideas. You will spend money on it to get the click, but they may not call, so a little bit risky. So the second tip is basically overwhelm the visitor with proof that you do good work. Now, when I say overwhelm, I mean your objective in getting leads isn't to sell a roof, it's to sell a phone call. Kind of going to number 3 here, but basically you want to sell the phone call, not the roof. And the way you do that isn't to talk up a product, but it's to talk up your company and why you are the safe bet. So for this, screenshots of your reviews are really great. Video testimonials, really great. Pictures and videos of your projects that you've done, and any awards or accreditations that you have. Anything to build up trust, and ideally kind of provide an overwhelming amount of proof that you do good work. So there we have it. This is the Google Trifecta. You've got Google Guaranteed, Google My Business, and Google Ads. So in these 3, you're pretty much going to be, gaining superiority when it comes to your positioning in the top of Google. And if you optimize your Google My Business, a part of that is optimizing your website. I'm not talking too much about your website optimization in this video. I'll leave that for our next one. But when you have a Google Guaranteed listing, when you have a Google My Business listing, and you have a Google Ads campaign running, your odds of showing at the top are very, very high. You can even show up there 3 times. So a main benefit of this would be stability. You're not reliant on a single source of leads. And attention supremacy, you can command a massive amount of attention when you're at the top multiple times. You're not going to be forgotten about. People can't really easily miss you or gloss over you because you're there multiple times. And best of all, you kind of get this local authority status. Like showing up on Google 3 times looks really good. It's kind of impressive, and it kind of shows that you're a dominant force in the market. And just main takeaways for you guys. Google reviews are incredibly powerful and valuable. Do not leave a job without picking up the check, of course, and the Google review. The check will pay for things today for this month, but the Google review will pay for things and keep your business growing, for years on years and years out. And a stool with 1 or 2 legs isn't stable, and neither is your roofing business with just 1 or 2 sources of leads. So you want to build your roofing company with a long-term mindset. You want to have stability. You want to have multiple sources of leads, so you're not fully reliant on one. Just like how you wouldn't build a stool and call it a day with 1 or 2 legs, 1 or 2 sources of leads. It'll probably work for now, but for the long term, it's not that stable. So that's all I got for you with the Google Trifecta. If you've enjoyed this video, share it with a roofer friend, leave a comment down below, and follow this page for future value-packed videos. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.